Wait, on the C10 just brought a little rubber and a wheelchair. Look at that, double black cloth. Hey guys, look what I've got behind me. C10 is back. As you can see from the title, I'm going to reveal the new engine. I'm going to get to that really quickly, but in case you didn't see my last video, or if you're new to the channel, let me just fill you in what's going on. So the little Cam 350 that I had in the truck before gave out. It blew up. I had it in there for about 10 years. I had this truck since I was 17 years old. I designed that little Cam 350. It was based on a crate engine. I picked out some heads and cam and top end. I kind of put it together myself when I was just a young man. It lasted, 10 years, so, it was good enough, but it did finally give out. And so instead of overhauling the 350 that was in it, I just decided to go a different route, get something bigger and better. I've been thinking about that for a while anyway. So when I found out that the engine was blown, I thought, well, what a better time to just pull the trigger and upgrade now. So I met Mike Gage, more widely known as Mustang Mike, with the Memphis Street Outlaws. If you're not familiar, it's a street racing group, and there's actually a show about it on the Discovery Channel. You're probably familiar. Anyway, you may know this if you saw my last video, but Mike actually built the engine in this truck, and let me tell you, when I was talking with him about different options, I basically just answered some questions about what I wanted to use the truck for. I did tell him I wanted to keep it old school, and I just kind of gave him the freedom to just build it, with his expertise, and let me tell you, he did not disappoint. This thing is exactly what I, envisioned for what I would have wanted in the truck, and I'm going to show it to you just right now, and then I'll talk more about the whole process and some of the specs of the engine. But in my last video, if you didn't see it, go check it out. I'll put it up in the card in the corner. I did a goofy skit where I was supposed to be practicing my eulogy speech for the truck's funeral, and in the conclusion of that speech, I said, "Trucks are not people. When they die, we do not dispose of them, all but a fond memory. No. We rebuild them. Bigger and better." Well, let me tell you, this thing is lots bigger and lots better. I'm going to stop talking. Let's take a look at this engine. So that was a little cinematic view of the engine. Now I'll kind of tell you a little bit about it. It's a 406 stroker. It's all roller, completely built. Internals are all forged. It's got a 850 Holly on it. Rodix aluminum heads. We switched out the headers for some inch and 7/8, and then Mike built me an entire full exhaust with 3-inch pipes. But it sounds awesome. I'm going to start it up in just a second. But Mike assured me that this engine was very nitrous friendly. So if I start wanting more, that's definitely an option. And I mean, why not? I'm sure I'll probably do it a little later on. So stay tuned for that, because that'll probably come up in the not so far distant future. But I'm going to kind of make this quick. I'll go into more details about everything a little later in another video. There's actually some more work that Mike did on the truck overall that I'll talk about. I'm technically at work right now. I'm working from home with all the virus situation, but I'm kind of on my lunch break, so I thought I'd shoot this for you guys because I know you've been waiting on it. But like I said, Mustang Mike from the Memphis Street Outlaws built this engine. The C10 with the new engine in it, and you'll never guess who built it. Mike Gage, aka Mustang Mike, from the Memphis Street Outlaws.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, mister, for giving us the opportunity to entrusting us here for building your motor.
Hey, Mike, I certainly appreciate it, too. This is...
You know, a lot of people know me as Fords, but we build them all here. You know, Ford, Chrysler, GM, I don't care. I put my heart and soul in building a motor, and I really appreciate it. And I think this thing here is going to shake some time up. There's people going to be running from you, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. I think you're right. Let me tell you, it's awesome. I don't know what to say beyond just, I couldn't ask for more. He went above and beyond what I would have expected. I think he's largely depicted as exclusively a Ford guy, but he builds all kinds of engines, not just Fords, Chevrolet, Mopar, everything, and it definitely shows. I mean, obviously this is a Chevrolet engine, so if you're ever interested in getting a performance engine built, definitely think about Mike. I'll leave his business contact info in the description. Honestly, Mike's a great guy. It's been a pleasure getting to know him all through this whole process. He was extremely enthusiastic. You can tell he's very passionate about building, high quality, high performing engines. And not only was he great to work with, but I consider him a friend now. And in fact, I went and picked this truck up, and he took me for a drive in it. I took him for a drive in it. He showed me kind of what it would do. And let me tell you, it was pretty scary. And I got footage of that, don't worry. I'm gonna post that. Probably the next video. I just wanted to get this out really quickly because I know you've been waiting since I announced it. So I wanted to just show you the engine. But stay tuned because I do have some footage with Mike. We took the truck out, like I said. I also got some footage of his race cars. So that's gonna be a good video. I just haven't had time to put it all together and edit it, because I want it to be, high quality. But that is coming. But if it is already out, by the time you're watching this video, it'll be linked in the card up in the corner up there, and probably in the description as well. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because I know you want to hear it run. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. But Dad put on his idol worship shirt to get in the spirits. If you're not familiar with this is my merch line for the channel. There'll be a description. There'll be a link in the description if you want to get a shirt like this or various other products, hoodies or phone cases, stickers, whatever you want. So I know you're gonna ask about the numbers. What kind of power is it making? I mean, we haven't dynoed it, so we don't know for sure. And I asked Mike if he could kind of give me an estimate of what he's thinking. And based on other builds and just the combo, he's pretty confident it'll be 600 plus, just natural. And then of course, like I said, it's very nitrous friendly. So, plenty of potential for, more, but I am going to get it dynoed. It's hard to estimate, but I think it's safe to say it's at, 600 plus. So that's what I'm just going to say for now. I mean, it definitely feels really strong. I mean, it pulls really hard. But again, I can't thank Mike enough, and I know I'm going to have tons of fun with this thing. And Mike even said he would go to the track with me sometime, and once everything is cleared up and the track's open back up, I'd be anxious to see what he can make it do. I'm sure he could probably make it do way more than I ever could. So that'll be interesting to see. But if you guys have watched me much, you know that this truck is, my favorite. I like the old school style. I've got the Camaro as well here, of course. And I mean, these cars are awesome. And, they're very impressive and they're nice, but, it's just not the same. It's just that raw power, that old school style. You just can't beat it. But check this out. My neighbor came over, helped me clean this thing up yesterday. I think this is the cleanest it's been since I drove it off the lot. I think we're gonna take it out and try to get some cinematic footage of it. Also, he and his dad's got a really mean old 68 Camaro, and I believe it's a 71 C10. I think they've agreed to let me get some footage of them, and I'm gonna talk about the story behind them. So that'll be cool. And later today, I think I'm actually gonna take this Camaro over to their place and do a photo shoot with that old 68 Camaro side by side, so that'd be cool. New versus classic. So I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but my Instagram is the same as the channel. It's just Willpower TV. The name is in the description if you can't find it. But there'll probably be some really cool photos coming up on there. But I think that's about it. Like I said, I'm technically at work, so I better get back in there. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you want to see next. And again, don't forget to check Mustang Mike out. He has a Facebook as well as official Mustang Mike Facebook page. You can look that up. Watch the show on the Discovery Channel. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.